Hey everybody, how's it going? We are here with a general reading. Before we get started, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. I'm seeing you trying to figure out which maybe direction you want to take something in, or you could be choosing between like projects or activities, something like that. You may also be wanting to prioritize what it is that you want to really be investing your energy in, because you're in a space where you're like, wherever it is that I'm focusing my energy is kind of like what I'm watering in the garden, and I want to be deliberate about that. So all of these inner workings that are happening now about you and where you want to focus your energy and how to do that. So you could be between projects or figuring out how to get something done. Figuring out what it entails as well. Yeah. Two of Pentacles. This is what I was seeing. I was seeing the Two of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. Whatever this figuring out is that you're doing, Two of Pentacles can be so many different things. It's like picking between things, like picking between projects or relationships with the Page of Wands. But let's just say it's a project, and if it's a relationship, then you can apply that. Picking between projects or activities. Like, I really like to paint, but I also like to write. And so which of these things am I going to do? I really like to sing and I really like to play guitar. Which of these things am I going to do? Can I also combine these things and make it into one thing? Which of these things do I want to be working on if I can't combine them? Also, you may just be like, okay, I need to pick something now, and then later on I can do that other thing. So now it's just a matter of which one am I doing first, okay? And getting somewhere. So there's somewhere where you want to go, and there are decisions that need to be made, and you're in a space where you're figuring out how to get that done, okay? I'm seeing this process happen very quickly. I'm not seeing you spend a lot of time doing this. If you're experiencing anxiety, it may actually help you out. So many different things that anxiety can do for us. If you're looking on the positive ends of what anxiety can do, it can motivate you to make a choice and to get things done. So you can use it by channeling it through a higher frequency, transmuting it, and make it work for you. Even though this process, you're going to move through it quickly, you also want to move through it deliberately. Judgment card is being very conscious and aware of the decisions that you're making and also what you're focusing your energy on. So this isn't about like mindlessly moving through this process. This is really about paying attention to what you're doing, being very deliberate, conscientious, being honest with yourself too. I'm here to get things done. I'm looking at the King of Pentacles popping out. This can definitely have to do with how you're making money or like work projects and stuff like that. This can have to do with your resources, absolutely. You may also be figuring out career goals, job goals that you have for yourself, financial goals that you have for yourself. I'm seeing you really want to look at this through the lens of the King of Pentacles. Now, what is the agenda of the King of Pentacles? There's going to be a focus on your stability, a focus on your finances, a focus on the work that you are doing, wanting to do things that are useful, definitely. All the earth energies are about being useful and doing things that are useful and also being practical. Sometimes can be a bit more reserved also with the earth energy too. Like making more modest choices. So yeah, you may be making choices and being like, I'm looking at it through the lens of how this is going to affect me financially and like my living and also my well-being and your body. So maybe like a business decision or investment or something that you're figuring out with your resources. You looking at things through this lens is going to help. If you feel like you lack earth, connecting with somebody that can advise you with these things is going to be helpful. Let's use an example. For me, within my chart, my sun is in an air sign, my rising and my moon are in fire signs, my Venus is in a water sign, and my Mars is in an air sign. And so for me, I do lack earth within my chart. I actually only have, I think, 10% of earth throughout my entire chart. It's very, very small. And so sometimes when it comes to practical things that I need to get done, like going to an appointment or doing this or having to call somebody up on the phone because of the credit card or like whatever it is, sometimes it can be more difficult to get those things done. It can be more draining. You can look at something and be like, oh, I'm not an accountant, you know, stuff like that, where earth energy can have to do with like gardening and things like that. People that are very practical and have this idea of how to do life. The earth energy is like people that are kind of more accustomed to being on earth and getting these earthly things done. And so sometimes when we lack earth in our charts, it can be helpful to connect with somebody that has more earth in their charts. There are also some people that believe that, say you lack earth in your chart, if you walk around carrying, you can take this or not, some people believe that if you walk around carrying the birth chart of somebody, just like a picture of a birth chart of somebody that has a lot of earth in their chart, that will then help you with that energy that you need. I'm hearing the word sequester. Interesting. Okay. Anyway, however it is that you need to do it, or you can channel that energy as well if you don't naturally have it and be like, I'm going to try to transmute this and find a useful way to procure the energy that I need within this situation. All of us have the capacity. Also, too, when it comes to the planets within our charts, like some are naturally earthy planets. Like even though my sun is in Aquarius, which is seen as an air sign, it's also ruled traditionally by Saturn, which is connected with Capricorn. And so as much as I have that air, I also kind of have those earth elements too within my chart. And so we all can use that to our advantage. You have a Saturn somewhere in your chart. You may be leaning into that energy to help you get something done. But no matter how you do it, whether this is like you phoning a friend or reaching out to somebody that you see as being able to manage or be able to give you good advice, or somebody that's good with resources that can help you, or you're doing it yourself, you're going to be connecting with this energy. That's what's really going to help you when it comes to what you're doing right now. So whether this be like a financial choice, has to do with like housing or with work or business, stuff like that, you are going to be connecting with this energy, and it is going to help you monumentally if and when you choose to. I will say this too, if there's something that you've been doing that is not in alignment with this like new agenda that you have that has become relevant to you, you may be moving on from it. Even if you spent time doing something, you may be like, you know what, I keep doing this, but it's not yielding the results that I need, and so I'm going to switch it up and do something else now. So yeah, getting more business-minded. And also not staying stuck. Like, if something isn't working, it's about being adaptable and changing it up, rather than being stubborn. Uranus, changing it up, maybe in a way that you didn't expect to, or doing things differently than you do. Let's use this, for example. Say you have a business and you've never really been concerned with money, but now you want to make a purchase and money is becoming important, okay? Just an example. You are either going to, again, channel this energy and be like, even though, generally speaking, money isn't like a huge value of mine, I know that it's important for this goal that I have, and so I'm going to switch it up and start channeling this energy, or I'm going to switch it up and be connected with this person now that channels that energy, and it's going to help me do things differently. There's something about you shifting energetically, and it's going to help you procure something that you want to procure, but it's going to take you doing things differently. This is like, I'm going to figure this out by thinking outside of the box. I'm going to do things maybe in a strange or unusual way that I wouldn't normally. With the Uranus energy, it's an innovative energy. It's creative. It's thinking outside of the box. It's really thinking about what future self would be doing. If you want to be progressive, what does this mean for you and the decisions that you're going to be making and how you're going to be figuring things out? Like, don't be stuck thinking about, I've only ever seen people do it this way or that way. It's like there's a third option and a fourth option and a fifth. It's just a matter of you discovering that. So that's what this is about. And this is like, don't allow fear to hold you back from doing something strange or maybe something that you've never seen before. Because with Uranus, as it is an innovative, like genius-like energy, it's about doing things that have never been done before. Maybe doing something that you've never seen been done before, or make a decision that's different than how many would expect you to make a choice. So it's using that creative energy and really thinking ahead. And Uranus is also associated, Uranus in the 11th house, it's associated with like the future beings and future thought and things that haven't been done before and channeling that. Thinking differently than you normally would. And there you have exactly what you needed in order to figure out this puzzle. It's just, it feels like a switch, a change. You're flipping to a different frequency. You're channeling, you're exchanging. And that doesn't mean that you can't go back. You may just need to channel this energy for right now to get something done. And then you go back to where you feel comfortable. But it may feel, Uranus, it may feel out of your comfort zone, outside of your comfort zone. But once you connect with that, and you're like, I'm ready for this new wave of energy, then I'm seeing you get very excited with it. To have the sun here, and also to have Uranus, this is like, I'm going to do it differently, or I'm going to think out of this, outside of the box, and I'm going to charge ahead with it. The sun wants to charge ahead. Think of the sun, think of more of like an Aries energy with that, where it's like doing something, I don't need other people's approval. This is what makes sense to me. This is what I want to accomplish. Be confident with what it is that you're doing. This is where the sun and Mars have a similar energy to one another, where their similarities meet. Okay. So, you're trying something new that may feel different to you, may feel a bit unfamiliar, but I'm seeing this kind of be relieving to you. It almost feels liberating. I'm also seeing something that you are bringing in that you've been working on. So although there are new elements that you're connecting with, there's also something old or something that you've been working on that you are combining this with. It feels like it's connected with your experience, your earth experience. So this can be like your business experience. It can have to do with resources and or that other person's experience that you're connecting with and bringing in. As I said before, if you can do this all on your own, if you are willing, keyword willing, to do this all on your own, you don't need another person. However, if you're like, I want another person, or it would be easier, or that's what you decide for whatever reason you do, then this is going to include you and another person that you're working with. For some of you too, this can be like a spirit guide that you're working with too. I'm getting that coming through. For some of you, it's actually an ancestor that you're working with. King of Pentacles, this would be somebody that you would have seen as being stable, more salt of the earth type of energy. Maybe more reserved or slow moving, but somebody that was reliable that you could depend on. I do want to say this because I just saw a glimpse. You may have somebody coming through, messaging you, or reaching out to you. This person is in a shadow space. If you get weird vibes, it's not really something you need to interact with. But just a heads up, that may not be for everybody. That may be a specific message. But I was seeing the Seven of Swords and the Knight of Cups. So this is like somebody that's in a shadow space, or somebody that's not being straightforward about something, or somebody that's like, look at this over here, and meanwhile they're over here doing something else. Or another way to put this, somebody that may not be doing things that they need to be doing for themselves, or just like they're not in that space where they've opened up. I'm definitely getting, because you're doing something in a different way, because you have this, I'm definitely getting an innovative energy, like innovative, new, creative, original energy. You are drawing attention now to yourself. The Page of Swords landed right over the Fool, which this looks like you being out and about in some way, even publicly, MC, publicly even, with what this is that you're doing, and now it's drawing attention. This can be one person, this can be a few people, but they're people that want to learn how you're doing what you're doing and how you've learned to do what you do. Because it seems like I'm seeing you in a seasoned energy here. Even though there are new things that you're doing, I'm seeing you be recognized as being in a seasoned energy. And so there are people that want to learn from you, that want your help. And that doesn't mean you need to do anything about this. This is more just, we're talking about the energy more objectively and what's going on around you and who's connecting with your auric field. I'm seeing you also really learning so much from the work that you're doing. Like, Eight of Pentacles is about working consistently. It's about showing up. It's about getting things done. It's about just like putting your head down and doing the work. And I'm seeing so much information that you're gathering through this process. So even though there may be times when you're moving more quickly or making more progress or making less progress, or you're moving more slowly, it's like the whole of all of this, you're learning so much from it, and it's helping you in other areas of your life too, not just solely what this is that you're working on. It's connecting now with other areas of your life, and it's going to prove beneficial for you. So I want to talk about this really quickly. The energy that's seeing you, they may be a bit ungrounded. They may be kind of, I'm seeing Neptune on the bottom of the deck. Neptune can be very silly energy. When it's ungrounded, it can be like somebody seeing another person and be very mind blown even by them. It can be seeing somebody and like projecting a very huge fantasy on them when it's ungrounded. All of the planets and all of the zodiacs have grounded and ungrounded energy. When Neptune is ungrounded, and I feel like we talk about Neptune so often, it can be, again, like somebody that may be a kind of like newer energy, we can call them, that may be seeing you and what you're doing. And it's kind of like a childlike energy. I'm not saying this be anything to be concerned over. You just may be attracting younger energies that may just be the pool. People that are like less experienced and looking to you because of the experience that you have and like wanting to learn from you. But again, like with Neptune on the bottom of the deck, it's just like some people may be projecting onto you, and it's just something to be mindful of, and to also not take on the projected energy. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right. Coming back now. So there's something that you're figuring out how to do. I'm seeing you spend the time that you need. I'm hearing mechanics. You're spending the time you need to figure out the mechanics of this, especially because it's something different. maybe something that you don't have a whole lot of experience doing, maybe something new, it's associated with a new beginning or a new sort of energy, or you are collaborating with a new energy that you are bringing in and synthesizing with what you already have going on. I'm seeing you need to make a decision. I'm seeing something become very obvious to you. I'm seeing that your expertise and your experience, especially your business like or responsibility like experience, be super, super helpful for you. It's like your experience with earthly matters, I'm seeing, are going to be very, very helpful for you. And what I'm also seeing is you continuously doing something. This is giving me a Saturn-like energy. With Saturn, it's like repetition over and over and over again. It's like you want to learn a new skill, you have to practice, 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 practice. Oh, we're getting so much energy coming through. So with repetition comes learning. You learn a new skill, something new that you are doing. Keep repeating it, keep repeating it. You are going to learn what you need to learn. Be open to the whole experience. It's going to help you to be open and to be curious. And also, if you have people around you that you want to connect with, that you see what they're doing and you like it, allow yourself to explore that and to research that as well, because I'm seeing that's going to be helpful to you too. We're looking at Uranus, the Sun, and also Pluto. What I'm getting is that, say you always walk down road A, that's how you take action. This suspension that you're in right now of things kind of being paused for a moment so you can zoom out and then like look at things from all, it reminds me of somebody taking a picture of something and wanting to get it like straight on, and then a profile of it, and then you move over here, and then you go underneath, and then you go above, and wanting to get all of these different angles. It's going to give you this well-rounded perspective, and it's going to change actually the way that you take action, and also how your creativity manifests through the actions that you're taking. And there also may be an announcement or a conversation that's going to be happening, or something that is manifesting, but I'm seeing it's not time for that yet. Also, you are going to accomplish whatever this is that you're setting out to do right now. And there's, once this is worked through, like once you get to the end of accomplishing this, I'm seeing there's definitely going to be a lot of enjoyment of what has been produced based off of what you're working towards right now. Okay, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for connecting. Thank you for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.